Hello, this is Chelsea Joy, and this is going to be your 45-minute mandala tree yin sequence for today. So just make sure that we have some pillows handy here. And what we're going to start with is simply being on our knees. And just make sure you have a firm foundation here. So knees together, legs together, feet together. And we're just going to start by embracing our hands behind our tailbone. And simply allowing our hands to just press. It's almost like you're pressing against the back wall, whatever wall is behind you. So you want to bring those arms out all the way in back of us and slowly, slowly bring the head all the way down to the ground. And just pressing the third eye against the mat. Bring the arms all the way up. We're going to take 3 beautiful deep breaths here. So deep into the belly. Slow and controlled. And in the next 2 breaths, pausing at the top. So deep breath in. And slowly releasing. Once more here, huge breath in. Pausing and releasing. Beautiful. Now feel free to bring one side of your temple to the mat and just relaxing your head down this time and try to see how much you can open your arms, not in a forceful way, but just in a gentle encouragement. Is just to open up the shoulders a little bit because we're going to go into some shoulder openers a little later. Just warming them up. Take one more big breath in here. Big breath in and allowing those arms to just bring them all the way overhead. Just see how much they can relax overhead. Big breath in. Slow breath out. And releasing the hands, releasing the arms just for a moment, just to your sides. Big breath in and all the way out. And slowly, slowly, just bring your torso all the way back up. And making sure that you have your pillows close by. So, pillows here. And we're going to come onto our bum. And just make sure if you have a bolster, a proper bolster, unlike me, you can just use one bolster. If you're using the pillows, you can use a couple pillows. So we're going to bring our feet into a butterfly. So bring the pads of the feet together and just bring the pads of the feet over, the pillows here. Now, just again, make sure you have the stable foundation. So rocking back and forth, making sure this feels nice and stable. Foundations are always most important. Now, this is going to be a little bit more of an intense butterfly because we're using this elevation. So just remember that. So bring the hands over the feet here. Just embrace them over. If that feels uncomfortable, you can simply put them over your calves. See what feels nice. And we're going to just gently, it's almost like a locking of our elbows over our calves here. And really, really gently, just allow your head to fall forward. Now, if you feel this is going to be uncomfortable, just holding your head, well, hopefully not holding it, but relaxing it here, you can always bring a pillow just on top of your feet so that you can rest your head on top of it. So whatever feels nice. But it's just a gentle encouragement of your head, and see if you can touch your head to your toes. We want to imagine that we're creating space in the lower back here. So imagine that wherever the hinge is coming from, just imagine it's coming from the lower back. So really important. Sometimes we have a hard time, feeling into where we need to find the stretch. And so from here, just the lower back. Take one big collective breath into the belly, pausing at the top. And releasing it slowly and controlled. Just using your gentle bicep strength to hold your feet, but allow the shoulders to relax and fall away from your ears. Now, if you feel you might be holding on to any tension in the forehead, if you feel any creases in the forehead, or you feel like your brow is furrowing a little bit, imagine that someone is coming around and draping a really beautiful, soft piece of silk over your forehead. And just imagine that lovely piece of silk is just running all the way over your forehead and over your brow. And that beautiful piece of silk is just softening that whole space, allowing you to marinate and melt. And allowing that softness to just be present in your face. And imagine that the tension that you might be feeling around your eyes, under your eyes, in between the eyes, and just softening, just allowing the muscles to relax around the eyes. And the cheeks, just allowing the cheeks to soften and relax. And imagine that piece of silk is just running from your forehead all the way down your eyes, over your nose and your cheeks, allowing your whole face to just soften. Feels so nice. And just imagine that your jaw, your teeth, your tongue, and your lips are all softening, relaxing, and just becoming really soft and relaxed. And running the piece of silk all the way down to your chin, and just softening the chin. And finally, just take that piece of silk all the way around the back of your neck. And just imagine that silk is just allowing your neck to soften. Imagine the silk running down the back of your neck, running over your shoulders. And it's just relaxing your shoulders because it feels so nice and soft. And let's take a big breath in. Slow breath out. And just really gently bringing your torso just a little bit up, not all the way up yet. Now we're just going to bring our elbows on top. Just rest your elbows right on top of the insides of your knees. And just grab onto the outsides of your ankles. And just really gently, so not with the shoulder strength, just with the bicep strength. and the arm strength, just imagine that you're gently pressing the knees downward. So gently pressing. And when you get to a point where it just feels like a good amount of pressure, but not forcing it. And again, trying to push your shoulders down towards the ground at the same time. When you get to that space where it feels comfortable and like you're giving your adductors, your groin muscle, a good little stretch, when it gets to that point, we're then going to drop our head down. And if it doesn't feel stretchy enough, you can always bring your feet a little bit closer to you, but still on the pillows. And do the same. And then you might feel that sweet spot. And make sure the shoulders are still pressing down. And very, very gently relaxing the elbows, relaxing the arms, and bringing ourselves all the way back up to center. Right? And then we're just going to, we'll remove the cushions, make sure they're close by though. Don't throw them too far away. And we're just going to bring both of the feet and both of the legs all the way out in front of us. Feel free to grab onto your toes or grab onto the undersides of your calves or ankles and just gently pull your torso a little bit closer to your feet. Nothing crazy. And slowly, slowly bring our torso all the way back up. And again, just making sure we have that stable base. So just rocking side to side a couple times. Stable base. We're going to keep the left leg all the way out in front of us, and we're going to bring the right foot all the way up. So just make sure that the pad of the foot is quite close to your glute. And when we're ready, we're going to I'm just going to move over a little bit. We're going to just embrace on the outside of that right ankle. We're just going to embrace our right hand around. And just to start, we're just going to do a little twist this way. So really gently just bringing that left hand behind you, twisting all the way up this way, just for a moment. This is just to get comfortable in the twist here. And coming back to center and doing the same on the other side. So this time we're just going to place that left hand on the outside of that the left hand on the outside of the left ankle, and just twist the other way just momentarily, just to kind of see how it feels on both sides, to gauge where we're at today. Little twist, and then coming back to center. All right, so we always feel a little bit different on one side to the other, so just remembering that. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to come back to that original space we were at. So right hand can be on the outside of that right ankle, or you can do a full twist. So full twist is just bringing both hands and embracing your hands behind you here. And I have the microphone right here, so trying to work around the microphone. But what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that we have our back as nice and straight as possible. Of course, it's not going to be completely straight because we're doing this bind, but what I want us to do is just imagine that we're breathing into this twist here. So we're twisting all the way over to our left side. And we're just going to be here, not for too long, but we're just going to do a couple big breaths here into the belly. Slow breath in, slow breath out. And when you're ready, slowly coming back to center and just shaking the arms out a little bit. And we're just going to do the same on the other side. So just making sure that you feel really stable and really firmly rooted on the ground. So back and forth a couple times if you'd like. And just gauging where you're at. So bringing your, just encircling your left hand around your left ankle and just doing a gentle twist to the side, to the right side. And all the way back to center, and just a gentle twist to the other side. So we're just gauging where we're at today. And it's also kind of doing a little mini warm up for what we're about to do a little later. And then all the way back. And just doing the same on this side. So making sure that left pad of your foot is really close to your glute. You can either encircle that hand around your left foot and just do a gentle twist like this, or you can do the full bind. So bring your torso forward, grabbing on to your hands behind you, and just gently twisting. So try to make sure while we're in this twist that your that your right foot and your right leg is really nice and straight out in front of you. And really gently twisting around to the right. 3 big breaths in this time. And slowly releasing the hands and just shaking the hands out, shaking the arms out a little bit. And then just again touching the toes and coming all the way forward. And seeing how that feels. All right, and coming all the way back up to center. And this time we're gonna focus on some more twists. So we're gonna bring our right foot on the outside of our left knee here. Again, ensuring we have a stable base. And we're gonna bring both arms all the way up. So all the way up to the sky. Breathing in and slowly exhaling and bringing that left elbow all the way to the outside of your right knee. We're gonna make sure that this right hand is just behind our glutes here. And make sure that the right shoulder isn't caved in. We want that to be nice and open. And make sure that your spine is nice and erect here. So bring your head all the way over to the right. Take 2 big breaths as we twist. And feel free to close down the eyes if you'd like. Big breath in again. Slow breath out. Coming all the way back to center. Bringing both legs out in front of us and embracing the feet, embracing the calves, wherever you can reach today. Coming all the way down. Slowly, slowly, all the way back up. And we just want to roll out the shoulders a few times here, rolling them out. And then just coming back to center and bringing the left leg this time on the outside of that right knee, ensuring you have a nice stable base here. And just allowing your spine to go up nice and tall just to start. Big breath in. Hands all the way up overhead. And just bring that right elbow on the outside of that left knee. And bringing the left hand just behind you, opening up the left shoulder. Looking all the way over the left shoulder here. And closing the eyes down. 3 big breaths into the belly to reset. And then gently just coming back to center, all the way back. Bring both legs out again and just making the legs nice and straight. So walking the heels outward, grabbing onto the toes. And if you can, it feels quite nice. You can bring, when you grab onto the toes, if you can reach there today, you can bring your toes closer to the wall or closer to the space in front of you. And just allow that to open up your arms as well a little bit. Feels quite nice. If you're not there yet today, that's completely fine. You can grab onto your calves and do the same thing. Just pulsing a couple times, pulsing the legs, wherever you're at. And letting go and coming all the way back up to center again. Beautiful. Now we're going to come back into that butterfly, but this time without the pillows. And we're just going to bring both of the feet all the way in as close as we can here. And just try to allow those knees to just fall to the sides. Holding onto the outsides of the feet. And this time just allowing your elbows to just come in a little bit. And pressing, so shoulders not up to the ears, shoulders pressing downward. And we're just going to see how differently this feels now to when we were in this pose a bit earlier. Seeing if it feels any different. Big breath into the belly. All the way out. Relaxing the back of the neck again. You can imagine that piece of silk again is running over the back of your neck, all the way over the back of your skull, and just draping there. And let's just take another big breath in here into the belly. Slow breath out again. Slowly coming back up to center. Maybe that felt a little more open this time. Maybe not. That's okay. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to bring the feet all the way back out again. And just coming all the way forward. Beautiful. And then we're just going to bring the pillows, actually maybe 2 pillows, all the way out. And then coming all the way back onto our back. All right. And we're going to cross the left leg all the way over the right leg. So make sure that you don't have any space between your legs at all. We want it to be a real nice press. And then just bring the pillows next to you and just make sure, actually maybe just one for me, just make sure it's available, because what we want to do is we want to bring that right knee all the way to the ground, and we want to make sure that the left shoulder is on the ground too. Now if you can manage bringing the left knee to the ground and having the left shoulder to the ground, then that's perfect. But if you don't have your left shoulder to the ground, feel free to use the bolster. So wherever you're at today, just bringing that right hand on top of your left knee. And if you have the wall next to you, I have this couch, you can actually use that to just assist you into achieving a little bit of a deeper twist here. You're going to look all the way over the left shoulder. And when you feel nice and situated, let's take a big breath in. Imagine it's coming directly from the belly. Huge breath in. And all the way out. Now, if you want a deeper twist, you can always bring those knees a little bit upward, closer to your shoulder. And then just adjusting those shoulders, making sure they're nice and flat. And with every breath we take, we might find that we can go a little bit deeper into this. So let's take another collective breath, big breath in. And releasing. Another way to help with the twist is if you had a bolster or a heavy pillow, you can bring that on top of that left knee and simply use it to help you press downward. You don't need it though. You don't need to force it if you don't want. when you're ready, we are going to just stay in this twist, but we're going to actually grab on to with using our left hand, we're going to grab on to our right foot from underneath and just pull, just really gently pulling that foot closer to our glute. And then you can just relax the right leg if you'd like. Keep it bent, but just in a relaxed position. And we're going to take 3 more big breaths in. We want to feel this lovely stretch on the top of our right thigh. So if you're not feeling it, you can just adjust your leg a little bit until you do. We're going to take a deep breath in here. And if you'd like, you can even grab on with your right hand to the underside of your left knee here. So it's almost like you're running running in midair, but running on the ground. So see how that feels. And when you reach that point where it feels quite comfortable, I just encourage you to relax into this. Remember, it's that gentle balance between effort and ease, making sure we have a certain sense of relaxation and calm while holding on, using just a passive muscle strength here. If you'd like, you can, at the moment I have my left hand on top of my right foot, you can grab onto the bottom as well. See how that feels. Feel free to adjust in any way necessary. Releasing now that right foot And really gently, because we've just done a really deep twist, we're going to be really gentle on ourselves, coming all the way back to center. Really, really slowly, please. And we're just going to bring the knees into our chest here. And embracing the knees on top and bringing them as close into our chest as possible. And feel free to rock back and forth a few times. Again, just embracing, bringing the knees in. Try to press your lower back into the mat whilst you do this. And slowly bringing both of the feet to the mat. Scooching over to the right side of your mat, and now bringing the right leg all the way over the left, making sure there's no space there, making sure you have a really nice bind there. And we're just going to slowly allow our legs to fall over to the left side. So see if your right knee can touch the ground. Just get the alignment, so make sure that your right shoulder can also touch the ground. If you can't touch the right knee and the right shoulder to the ground at the same time, you can use the pillow or the bolster under your knee. So see what feels nice here. But we just want to imagine that our spine is getting a nice gentle twist. So let's take a big breath in here into the belly, expanding the belly outward and slowly exhaling. Feel free to look over your right shoulder here, bringing us into a complete twist and relaxing. Again, any tension around your eyes, just allowing that to melt away. Tension around your nose, your cheeks, your jaw, or your chin. Allowing that to melt and relax. Take a couple more deep breaths in here, deep into the belly, expanding the belly outward. Exhaling, belly close to the spine. Let's take one more breath here for good measure, and let's just pause at the top of the breath. When you're ready, just grabbing on to the left foot on top or underneath, whatever feels nice. Grabbing on with your right hand and just bringing that foot all the way up to the glute. So you're going to be resting here more on your left hip. And just relax your arm, relax the left arm. Bring that foot up quite nice and high. So you want to feel that beautiful stretch just on the top of your left thigh. If you're not feeling it yet, just adjust yourself. Maybe it means you need to scoot more onto your left hip and just bringing that leg all the way back behind you. And this time, try to see if you can get your right shoulder to the mat as much as possible, not forcing, but just energetically drawing it down. When you're ready, you can just place your left hand on top of the outside of your right knee into that kind of ground runner's pose. And just bringing that right knee up more towards your elbow. When you reach the point where you feel a good balance between effort and ease, a nice stretch, a nice twist, then we'll relax into this. Take 2 big breaths here, deep into the belly. Slow breath out. Another deep breath in, and let's pause at the top. Be here for about another minute. Just make sure that you're in the deepest twist you'd like to be in, and if not, just allow your breath to guide you deeper into this. Very, very gently, very gently, and very slowly, as possible, we're going to bring ourselves back to center, reminding ourselves we just did those very, very deep twists, so being very, very gentle, and just pressing your lower back into the mat, bringing the knees all the way up, embracing them above you, and just really gently rocking side to side, really, really gently. And I'm actually going to switch positions. We're just going to make sure that we have the bolsters of the pillow close by. And we're going to just start off here. We're going to bring the pads of our feet as close to the glutes as possible. And we're going to just come up into a supported bridge. So you're just going to bring your hands underneath your hips and just come into a little supported bridge here. Nothing crazy. We're just going to breathe into this. So big breath in, slow breath out. A big breath in, slow breath out. And this time, just come to the balls of your feet. So bring your heels up, all the way up as high as you can. Big breath in again. And all the way out. Coming all the way flat to the ground again. And just once more, bringing the knees up. Rocking side to side. Maybe in a nice figure 8 position. Lovely. And then we're just going to bring the legs all the way up to the sky. So in the last lesson, I talked about waterfall and how amazing this is to just bring our legs all the way up against. So if you have a wall, you can lean them against. But for in this pose, we're just going to do a normal waterfall, which is just allowing the legs to come up. And again, the balance between effort and ease, just bringing the shoulders down and holding those legs up there. This is really good for circulation, really good for blood flow, and just allowing us to come into a deeper state of relaxation. So big breath in, slow breath out. Another huge breath in here. And all the way out. And just really gently, we're going to rock the leg side to side. Really, really gently. And then if you'd like, you can grab on to the tops of your toes or the backs of your calves, whichever is within reach today. And it's not a full happy baby, but we're actually going to bring the knees closer into our chest. And we're going to just rock up and down just a few times on our spine, very, very gently again. It's almost like a little mini back massage. You can also grab onto the blades of your feet at the sides, whatever feels better. But we're going to press the back of our neck towards the mat as much as possible. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring the pads of our feet together in butterfly once again, and embracing the outsides of those toes and just allowing those knees to splay out. And finally, pressing the lower back against the mat and allowing the neck to be nice and long. So again, the balance between effort and ease. Now, if this feels too uncomfortable or it feels strenuous to keep your legs like this, you can always drape a tea towel or some kind of a towel around your feet and hold them to give you a little bit more leverage there. So see how you go. And let's take 3 big breaths into the belly here. Huge breath in. Just allowing those knees to splay nice and wide. And almost imagine that those hips are opening. Imagine that any little sensation you feel in your hips, allowing you to come into a deeper state of relaxation and openness. Now we're going to draw our shoulders down to the mat. So draw them as far down as possible towards the mat and away from the ears, elongating the neck. And see how that feels different within the body. See if that makes you feel any different by elongating the neck and pressing the shoulders downward. Take another 2 breaths in here, deep breath into the belly. And releasing the feet all the way to the ground. Now we're just going to grab onto the pillow here, and we're going to place the pillow just underneath so this is kind of another supported bridge, but being supported by the pillow instead of our hands. I'm going to just fold up this pillow here. Just make sure that basically we want to bring our feet out all the way out in front of us. So we want to make sure this is comfortable. If you feel any pinching sensation, please ease off. But if this feels nice for you, just allow that to be a point of support. You can place your hands however you'd like, just so they're overhead, so your armpits are open in some way. So you can bring your hands out all the way in front of you to the sides. You just want to make sure that they're nice and open, like a wingspan. Just allow your legs to rest down. And while we're here, I just want us to imagine that beautiful piece of silk is again running all the way from the top of our head down over our eyebrows, over our nose and cheeks, over our mouth and our chin. That beautiful piece of silk is running all the way down our neck and our chest, and down the front of our ribs, over our tummy and our hips, over our thighs, our knees, down our calves, over the ankles, and over our feet and toes. And finally, let's imagine that beautiful piece of silk, that big blanket of silk, is now being placed all the way over us, like a beautiful blanket, and we're just allowing that to bring comfort and softness over our body. And it's allowing us to ease into this even more as we melt over that bolster under the hips. Now at any point you can feel free to place another bolster on top of the bolster that's under your hips to give you a really nice support under your hips. But just see what feels right for you today. Another big breath into the belly, huge breath in. And all the way out. Now at this point, feel free to place the pads of the feet together yet again. This beautiful hip opening butterfly. And relax the legs down. And just placing the hands on top of the tummy. And we're going to take 3 big breaths in here. And I want us to feel our tummy rising and pausing at the top. So let's take a breath to the count of 5. And beautiful. When you're ready, we're just going to remove the pillow or the bolster underneath us really gently. We always want to be gentle on our lower back. And then just bringing our back flat against the ground. And you can either place your feet into butterfly, or we can go into a full shavasana, or a final shavasana. See what feels nice for you today. Check in with the body, seeing where in your body you might be feeling warmth, or maybe tingling, or maybe a slight feeling of stretchiness, like you've worked on a beautiful part of your body today. Maybe it's your shoulders or your hips. Bringing the attention to that space, wherever it is, and just acknowledging it. Maybe thanking it as well, just showing gratitude for your body and all the amazing things that it does for you. And remembering to always have blessings for your health, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is health. The health of ourselves and the health of those that we love. And finally, if you feel any part of your body that's still holding on to some tension, maybe it's the glutes, maybe it's the shoulders or the back of the neck, or your thighs, just allow that to relax. Let's again take a deep breath in here. And letting it out. when you're ready, just placing both of your hands on your tummy yet again, maybe on your solar plexus area, the space just above the top of your ribs. And let's just take one final huge breath in, the biggest breath yet, deep into the belly, pausing at the top, and releasing all the way out. And now when you're ready, you can roll onto whichever side feels nice for you. Right side for calming. I'm going to roll onto my left side today. Rolling over. Slowly bringing yourself all the way back up to seated. Super slowly. And then we're just going to bring our hands on top of our knees here. So we're just going to make sure that we feel nice and grounded. So hands on the outside of our knees and allowing our spine to just arch a little bit. Our spine's growing nice and tall like a tree. Arching a little bit, we're going to just look towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, feeling it through your throat. And all the way out. Let's take one more big breath in here, pausing at the top for as long as 5 seconds if that feels good for you. All the way out. And opening our eyes up to the room. Sound bowl here. And feel free to keep your eyes closed if you'd like. Thank you for joining me for the 75-minute yin practice today. Namaste.